What up, Laker Nation? Here with your boy Kareem, aka Mr. 100 Likes. How you guys doing? Wow. Let's get to it. Man. The league, all the media and everybody in the league owes Rob Pelinka apology. You guys definitely owe Rob Pelinka apology. You guys dragged him through the mud when Magic Johnson came out and said what he said. Rob Pelinka won a championship. Soon when Magic left, he wins the championship. Still no respect on the man's name. Then they knocked all his moves, which his moves was good. Rob Pelinka moves was good. It just didn't work for every reason. Some of the things, to me, for the most part, like injuries played a major part in it. Let's go down the memory lane and talk about some of the moves and why they did it, in which I agree. And like I said, I'm still gonna stand on it. The Lakers wins the championship, right? They had a few free agents. They had guys like Dwight Howard, Markieff Morris, uh, Dwight Howard, Markieff Morris, Rondo, um, Dion Waiters, J.R. Smith. They had a few free agents, right? Now, they went into free agency, which was smart, and I love the way they approached it. They went into free agency. They got Montrezl Harrell. Montrezl Harrell, the Lakers needed someone off the bench who can score. Someone, they just need a gorilla. Because I remember when they was playing the Clippers, and the guys on the Clippers, and these people saying, it was like, oh, we got a bunch of dogs over here, and they got a bunch of poodles. Like, we didn't have too many guys that, supposed to be a dog. But Montrezl Harrell, the Lakers got him for $6.5 million. I mean, no, I'm sorry. They got him for $10 million. 2 years, $20 million. The Lakers got Trez for. Trez averaged 19 points, 7 rebounds, 6 man a year. You get Montrezl Harrell. At the time, Trez was only 26 years old. A guy that can do the things he do. You take that any day of the week for $10 million, 26-year-old player. They makes a trade. Danny Green, we all know, a 3-point or nothing. He ain't give you nothing else offensively outside of 3-point shooting, right? The Lakers need to get a little bit younger, a little more athletic. They trade him for Dennis Schroeder. Trade Danny Green for Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder, much better. The year Dennis Schroeder had was much better than what Danny Green had. But the thing is, people took too much in of the bad playoff series he had and dogged Dennis Schroeder. And he cost himself by not taking the contract. He fumbled the bag. But Dennis Schroeder had a good year that year with the Lakers. So that was a good pickup. The mistake Rob Pelinka made, and I'm the first one to say it, the minute it happened, I said, that killed the Lakers. When he got rid of JaVale McGee and brought in Marc Gasol. They changed too much of the dynamic. The key to them, there was a high shot blocking team with Dwight Howard. They had 20 blocks one game. Another game, they had like 17 blocks. They had that year, I believe. I could be wrong. I could think, but I think they had at least 10 games or more than 10 games with double digits in blocks. I believe more. They led the league in blocks, though. And it was a no-fly zone with Anthony Davis, JaVale McGee, and Dwight Howard. And you lose Dwight Howard, and some of that was Dwight Howard's fault because he started feeling himself. The Lakers said, hold on, wait. They want to get Trez and different people out the way. He said he felt disrespect and didn't wait and took a minimum contract with the Sixers. He took a minimum, not like either I don't feel like waiting. You know they're going to sign you, especially for a minimum contract. So that wasn't really Rob's fault. They told him, hold on, wait. And they want to do what they had to do. He didn't want to wait. and he signed with the Sixers as a backup deal. And so the Lakers, like I said, that part of the game they need to touch. But to get a little younger, Rondo played a major part in the championship in the playoffs. But getting a younger guy didn't shoot it, that was big. So that year, I have no problem with Rob. The next year, this is where Rob really got killed over, and any GM in the league would have did this because the Lakers looked at it like this. They had an opportunity. They say, hey, either we can't pay both because the luxury tax and how much would the other player makes. So you had a 20-year-old player in THT who could do all these different things, high skill set, very long, strong, a lot of things about THT. Then you had the fan favorite in Alex Caruso. So if they would have if they'd have kept THT and then brought Alex Caruso would have cost them an extra like $30 million. So he'd have been like a $60 million player just bringing him back. So any day of the week, Rob definitely did the right thing. You just don't do no pay no player no $60 million. And then another thing, the Lakers had the strong connection with Clutch. THT was a Clutch client, and they had the strong connection with Clutch. So a lot of people saying that was a bad move, and they made it more than what it was. Maybe Caruso was a better fit, but every GM in the league normally gonna take the young player with a high upside than more of just like a scrappy player. Most GMs around the league they do stuff like that, but they picked up Carmelo Anthony. They had all these veterans, um, Wayne Ellington, Trevor Ariza, brought Dwight Howard back. Had all these veteran older guys on the team. That didn't really work. But the Lakers wasn't working with any money. So you can't get mad at that. So it makes the Russell Westbrook trade because LeBron was getting older. So they said they need someone with LeBron AD injury history, someone who could carry the load, but they could still put themselves in good playoff position. Russell Westbrook, they get him. Yes, it wasn't a good fit, but you could understand Rob thinking. But Rob got killed for that. He has got killed for that. The Lakers been drafting well, doing a lot of good things as far as drafting. And what he did at that trade deadline, you know how hard that is? A lot of teams don't even do that in the offseason. Daryl Morey, I remember Stephen A. used to say he's the best general manager. Stephen A. loved Daryl Morey. And a lot of guys, Stephen A., Nick Wright, they love Daryl Morey. But Sixers had a lot of flaws in their roster, even going to the thing. And the way they didn't really address it like they needed to. And they couldn't pivot. The way Rob pivot showed, damn, what type of GM. The Lakers was 13th in the seeding. Rob pivot in the matter of a deadline. That's hard to do. You got much younger. You got two wing guys and Archer Mora and Vanderbilt. They both under 25 years old. You get a guy like D'Lo, Malik Beasley, Mo Bamba. Let's just say, okay, yeah, Mo Bamba ain't really live up to his thing, but that's still Mo Bamba. He's averaging, they gave him a $10 million contract. He was a solid big man, former lottery pick. This if you just look on just the name part of it, Mo Bamba, D'Angelo Russell, Rudy Archimura, Jared Vanderbilt, Malik Beasley. Like, that's like crazy. Like, you know what I mean? You get that real quick in that shuffle where Rob respect. It's just that now I know people just don't like Rob Pelinka. You just don't like him. A lot of teams have issues, especially in the season. You see it, but you couldn't finesse it. Rob finessed that, and it made the Lakers a better team. It made the Lakers a much better team, much better, well-rounded team, and they improved big time. A lot of GMs couldn't do that, so I definitely think. And what I don't like, he didn't really get praised. People say, "Oh, good job, Rob Pelinka," but it was just like I had to say it, but it wasn't as big as it should have been because when the criticism, it was huge, but you ain't criticizing. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to criticize him, that was headlines. But praise him. So, and Rob, we trust. And one thing I could say, man, Elder always kept saying, man, we believe in Rob. Where a lot of guys was coming at us saying that, Rob Pelinka need to go. We want Bob Myers. We want this. Rob Pelinka, what he did, that's not easy. An NBA making one trade is difficult. But to do what he did at that short period of time, tremendous. 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 And now the Lakers is sitting good where they can set themselves up for the next couple years. They in position. They have a draft pick. Look at Philadelphia, for instance. Philadelphia, like in no man's land. They have one good young player in Tyrese Maxey, a bad contract in Tobias Harris, and James Harden. I could easily see who possibly, once he signed that contract, it's like you can't let James Harden go. But once he signed that contract, you're going to be like, ooh. Because he's going to get probably 3 or 4. Now that Houston lurking, they're going to use that against as far as negotiation. And he's going to get a bag on a 4-year deal, 3 to 4 year deal. It's going to be crazy. His 3 or 4 year deal going to be crazy. He won 2 games for the Sixers in that series against Boston. It's going to be crazy. And then you have another bad contract in P.J. Tucker. He gets $11 million a year. He got 2 years left. He did nothing for the Sixers this year. So they got 2 bad contracts. P.J. Tucker's an older player, I believe 36, 37 years old. Tobias Harris not old, but the good thing with Tobias Harris' contract is expiring. But you got one young player and Maxey. So you got a B who not going nowhere. Harden threatened to go back to Houston where you're going to pay him and it's just going to set your team back. And like I said, it has been a bad pitfall from the Sixers. You choose Jimmy Butler. You choose Tobias Harris over Jimmy Butler. You needed Mikal Bridges. You drafted him. And to trade him for a player y'all saying who's going to be good 3 or 4 years down the road, but you in a playoff team and you needed a player at that position. They have Mikal Bridges. I think they'd be a whole nother team right now. That's why we need to give Rob. I could just go on and a lot of mistakes, drafts with a lot of these GMs. The Lakers, as far as draft, been acing drafts. Acing drafts. Trades is not bad, but people make it more than what it is. Even a rush trade, I think it was kind of a lot when you added that first round pick. That was the thing, the 22nd pick. But Lakers overall, he done a good job. And logically you could understand why he did what he did with a lot of the moves. And it wasn't bad. Like these players he getting on the cheap. The guys like Lonnie Walker, guys like Dennis Schroeder. On the cheap, Thomas Bryant was having a monster season with AD not there. So yeah, man, we need the media owes Rob Pelinka apology. If you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, peace.